Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Poke Beach podcast. My name is John. I go by Water Pokemon Master on the website, and I am joined, as always, by my wonderful friend,
Justin Basil of justinbasil.com.
And sitting on top of his head is his cat, Iroh. It looks like he's on the cat tree behind you.
He's being the big fluff. Yeah, you can. There is a cat tree there. He's not just resting upon my head. My head is not quite that large, but he is there, and he is very happy to be there. He loves being in the room nearby.
So what happened this week? I can't remember.
Did you black out again?
I did. Let's see. Let's start with. Oh, right. Okay. Let's start with the Eeveelution Special Illustration Rares. So
they're so small. They're like postage stamps.
They are. So the Prismatic Evolutions poster collection product images came out. More of them came out. And it showed that on the other side of the poster is this compilation artwork showing each of the Eeveelutions with their regular art, their base EX art, and revealed for the first time, even before Japan, is their special illustration rares on this poster, as you can see here, blown up. The image is pixely because the official image was small, so this is the best we have to work with. You may have seen AI upscaled versions online, but those are fake. But this is the best resolution we have currently. So you can see that once again, Umbreon appears to be in front of the moon or some sort of stellar phenomenon. I can't really tell. It looks like the moon, right? I mean, the attack is moon mirage, so I would assume it's in front of the moon. And then corresponding to that is Espeon in front of the sun. So we've got both of them representing the sun and the moon because Espeon is the sun Pokemon. And then looks like each of them have different styles, which is definitely a choice. And they, of course, have the Terra hats, which we are all such great fans of. So what do you think of these artworks?
My favorites are my three favorite Eeveelutions also. I love Leafeon, I love Sylveon, I love Umbreon. So I'm not surprised I like their arts. I think I would very much like to see them in higher res. I was really hoping with the reveals last night were going to be higher res versions of these images, but very clearly that was not the case.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to save that later. Yeah, I kind of feel like, I don't know, I don't really like Vaporeon from what I'm seeing, but the others, they look fine. I'm going to reserve my judgment until we see better images, but we get a pretty good idea of what they're going to at least look like here, and each of them has a different style, so I think they'll look really cool together. On a full, binder page, they'll look really pretty together.
For sure.
And yeah, we went over their translations last week, so we don't have to go over that again. But yeah, this was one of the bigger stories of the week that people were excited about. Yeah, and now they're out.
I'm excited about Sylveon because I collect Sylveon, but I have a suspicion that card's going to be very pricey.
Honestly, I'm probably not going to go after these special illustration rares. I'm going to probably just stick to the regular versions, getting them in Cosmos Holofoil because that's what's most nostalgic to me. So I think for me, it'll just be exciting to get just those, and I won't have to go on like the hunt and spend, however many hundreds of dollars to try to get all of them, or thousands rather. But if you're somebody who wants to chase these, good luck. I hope you have the wallet for it because they're going to be expensive. Yeah.
Don't be a teacher because you won't be able to afford it.
That's an unfortunate reality in our country. All right, so next news story is that we also got the reveal of the Prismatic Evolutions surprise box. It's going to include the regular EX cards in one random EX of the Eeveelutions, including Eevee. It'll be their base EX forms in the box, but they'll have a Prismatic Evolution stamp. So it's the regular EX cards from the set, but just with the Prismatic Evolution stamp. So yeah. It'll cost
another Sylveon to collect.
It'll cost $22.99. It'll come with the EX card with the stamp, 4 booster packs of the set, 4 card dividers, and a code card, as you can see right here. And the boxes will have, each box will have one of the 9 cards in it. So you don't know what you're going to get inside of it, hence the name Surprise Box. But I am definitely skipping this. I couldn't care less about this product. But for people who love collecting the master sets or like having sealed products, this might be something that you enjoy, but or even a little kid would probably enjoy. But
I think this would be a nice sealed product to have just in your arsenal or your display.
Yeah.
And I will absolutely buy the Sylveon promo, and that's it.
Because you want the stamped version of it, right?
Yep. The stamped version of the collection.
So your collecting goal also includes all of the variants of this, all the prints of the different Sylveon, not just
Each
one
variant,
copy.
yes.
Oh, I see. So you're trying to have a master collection of Sylveon.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yep. Sylveon is one of about 10 Pokemon I collect. So,
what are the others?
Off the top of my head, I know for sure. Let me look up the
Oddish?
list. I can cheat.
Blossom?
Oddish is one of them.
Blossom?
Oddish is one of them. Blossom is another. Magneton is one.
Oh, I love
I have
Magneton.
Cramorant. I love to collect.
I don't like Cramorant.
Wattrel.
Yeah.
I love.
I love Wattrel
Tropius.
too. Tropius?
Starmie.
I love Starmie.
Obviously, I've
why
already talked about
Tropius?
Sylveon.
Why Tropius?
I love Tropius.
Really? Does it remind you of
He's
like...
my little banana boy.
Does it remind you of like Gen 3 of Hoenn of those days playing your Game Boy Advance? Is that what it is?
He was a grass type Pokemon. I love grass type Pokemon in general, and he was my favorite from Gen 3. So
Nice.
yeah, Tropius. I already said Starmie, Sylveon. Of course, we already know. Torkoal and Unknown.
Ooh, I love the Unknown too. You see, that's the beauty of Pokemon is that there's a Pokemon out there for everybody. Somebody is a fan of every Pokemon out there, and you can adjust your collecting goals to whatever you want. If it's your favorite Pokemon, or for me, I'm a very nostalgic person, so I love anything that reminds me of Gens 1 through 3, especially the Pokemon that were on my teams. So that's what I like. But I don't really collect. I don't really collect like all the cards of certain Pokemon. I just go for more like, I just want a couple of highlight cards from certain sets or whatever, just to look at them together.
My collection's been a more recent thing I've done. I've actually started in the last like 6 months or so. So I'm going backward and trying to get all of them. It started mostly as hey, I want all of the Blossom cards. And then I was like, you know what? Let me get like all of my favorite Pokemon. So I've started to work on that.
Yeah, one day I might want to finish off my Wizards of the Coast collection and maybe go up through Diamond and Pearl, Gen 3 through Gen 4, and then that's probably where I would stop it, because as we've talked about before, I have no connection to Black and White whatsoever. I did not like that generation.
I failed to mention Cryogonal is also one of the ones that I collect. I collect. So I do collect a Pokemon from Black and White.
I just didn't like Black and White or X and Y or around that generation. I don't know what happened.
I didn't care for Black and White, and while I liked X and Y as a game, I didn't much care for the new Pokemon from that generation, except for Sylveon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, similar. Speaking of Sylveon, sort of, we have another Prismatic Evolutions product that was just announced today. It's a 2-pack blister featuring Eevee from the set, but it's going to have a Pokemon Day 2025 stamp, and it's going to release on Pokemon Day on February 21st. So it'll cost $9.99 and come with 2 Prismatic Evolutions booster packs, the Eevee promo as a holo, Cosmos holo, and then a Eevee coin and a code card. So they did not announce this product in the lineup that they posted, and they posted the full lineup up through September. So this is a surprise product that they held back revealing. So I'm wondering if we're going to get more of these throughout the year, or if this was just a one-off case because it was I don't know, announcing Pokemon Day or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
But we could see
it's
more.
Interesting, and it does look like a jumbo coin too, right?
Yeah,
that's not a normal size coin.
Yeah, it does. But the product description just said it was an metallic Eevee coin. I don't think it said jumbo, but it certainly looks like it is. So yeah, this product came out of nowhere. I mean, we usually do get 2-pack and 3-pack blisters with sets, so I guess like this was sort of expected in a way, but it was because they didn't announce it in the initial lineup that had everything through September, why it's now surprising, because it was like, well, you would think they would have announced it then, but so we might get more. We might get more.
And I know, it'll be Cosmos Hollow too.
Yep, and that's my favorite.
Which makes it automatically the best print.
Yep, and this Eevee's pretty. It's got mountains in the background. It's cute there. All right, let's see. What else was this week? We had... okay, so Pokemon TCG Pocket. Oh, man. So, again, I have to say, I am having a lot of fun with this app. And I don't hate that I'm having fun, but, like, I was so wrong about it. Like, I'm genuinely having fun battling the AI and then going online and battling other people. Again, I don't know how long this is going to last. Because it might, I don't know. I don't really have a super competitive deck yet. And I don't know if it's going to cost a bunch of money to get a competitive deck. So for now, I'm just going to say I am enjoying it. But we'll see if that lasts in the long run.
It's definitely fun for what it is. And it could very much be like a honeymoon phase that we're going through right now. It's like, look at this new thing. I'm enjoying it. But I'm glad that there is at least the honeymoon phase to enjoy. I know with a lot of products we get this new product out and we're like, oh, this sucks. And I mean, the obvious example of that is going to be Trading Card Game Live, right? Where we got Trading Card Game Live and immediately people were like, ooh, why do you stick an onion in my mouth? This sucks.
Yeah, I was at a gaming event last night that was at a bar here in LA. They do it once a month, and I was showing people Pocket, and other people already, of course, had it downloaded. And one guy was like, oh, well, I tried Live a while ago, and I just really hated it and didn't like it. So I don't know if I want to even try Pocket. And we were like, oh, no, it's a completely different company making it. Like, it's a very smooth, good experience. Like, there's no issues with the games at all.
And it's a really noteworthy difference, too. Like, Live is not good. It's just not. It's very clearly designed to be made as cheaply as possible by a crew that probably doesn't have a ton of experience or are very stretched thin or both. And you look at, by comparison, TCG Pocket, it's definitely designed by a team that has resources, that is expected to work up to a standard and not just crank something out for a small budget.
It's so weird. I just don't understand. I don't understand why TPCI was the ones who developed it. I mean, I know it's for the regions of their card where they distribute the cards, obviously, where they have the code cards and the packs and all that. But it's just weird that like Japan doesn't really help with that, it seems, because they ultimately do make money off it. It's clear to me that TPCI didn't want to pay Direwolf Digital anymore. And it made sense because nobody at the time liked TCGO, because let's be frank, TCGO was not bereft of issues either. It did have quite a few problems. However, for the most part, bouncing.
the gameplay worked for the most part. I say for the most part because there were definitely times where it did not work right. It had some bad game-breaking bugs too. But for the most part, it worked right. The matchmaking worked right. There were tournaments in the game. The ladder was definitely better, although getting cards and the entire trading system were terrible. That is the one area where Live has absolutely improved over online. But, it is what it is.
It's funny, like playing Pocket, I really don't have any desire to even try out Live. Because I'm like, these battles are so quick and fun, and they take, they're easy to do. Like I can play maybe 2 battles in the bathtub or 1 on the toilet or something. It's like I like that they're quick and they're fun and they still have a lot of strategy. And so I'm really enjoying the battling. Like that's my favorite part of it. Like I think I said last week, like the collecting, it's not so important to me, but I am still having fun collecting cards, but I'm not going to be heartbroken if I don't get everything. So so we had a news story. So it was Pokemon TCG Pocket is earning 3 times more than Pokemon Go. It's pulling in $3 million per day. So Pokemon TCG Pocket earned an estimated $12.1 million in its first 4 days on the market, according to App Magic, which is a website that tracks all of the different Apple apps that are out there. This amounts to $3 million a day. For comparison, Pokemon Go is currently earning around $1 million per day. So obviously Pocket just came out. It's new. We don't know if it'll sustain that kind of numbers, but right now it's definitely 3 times more popular than Go. Actually, let's look at this story I posted on the 4th. Today's the 8th. So I'm wondering so now they're saying, if I open up App Magic, it's saying it's earned over $20 million now. So it's been out for how many days now? It's been out for 10 days, I think.
30th, since the 30th, right?
So yes, that's 10 days, right? I think that's 10 days.
I know, brain.
So
9 days.
9 days. Okay, so it's still earning roughly $2.5-3 million per day. So that's pretty good. What's most interesting about this, though, is that Japanese players are spending more money on this app than any other audience. They account for almost half of the revenue at 45%. And this is followed by the United States market at only 25% of the revenue. So those Japanese players, oh boy, do they love these digital apps. So I guess
the
Pokemon
on the data, that next paragraph though, you're talking about the Japanese players spending
more money,
45%.
Yeah. Oh,
but they're 4% of the player base.
Yeah. So in terms of usage, the U.S. accounted for 29% of all downloads. This was followed by Brazil at 11%, Mexico at 6%, Japan at 4%, France, the UK, and Thailand also at 4% each. So while Japanese players only accounted for 4% of all downloads, they accounted for 45% of the app's revenue. That is insane. So yeah, Pokemon really knew what they were doing here. They clearly knew that this was going to make a lot of money over in Japan. I guess those gacha games, is that what they're called? They're very popular
I've lost you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
I can't hear you anymore.
Oh, it switched for once.
Oh. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what happened, but it disconnected from my computer.
Now you've been infected with the virus that causes me to not hear you sometimes.
No, my earpiece disconnected from the computer.
I was saying that I forgot what I was saying. I just lost the thought. But I was saying that this is a gacha game, and I guess those are very popular in Japan. So yeah. It remains to be seen if the app will continue to maintain these numbers, but we just opened App Magic and it looks like it's still pulling in roughly that amount. So
I mean, it's still just over a week.
Yeah. Has it been a week?
It's
it
that
feels
honeymoon
longer.
phase still.
Oh yeah, it has only been
9 days.
Yeah, sorry, 9. Yeah,
it's not been very long.
You just told me that too. Speaking of Pocket, we also have a new Lapras CX event in the game. So the second event started for Pocket on the 4th, named the Lapras CX Drop event. Basically, you battle against the computer. It has 4 Lapras/Lapras EX decks of increasing difficulty, and you battle it. And each time you battle one of those decks, you have a chance of getting a promo booster pack that comes with 1 of 5 cards in the pack, either Butterfree, Lapras EX, Pikachu, Clefairy, or Mankey. And all of them are reprints with different artwork, except for Mankey, which is brand new, and Lapras EX, which is brand new. So I did this, and it also rewards some Shine Dust and Pack Hourglasses and whatever. You can read the story for more details, although I'm sure most people have already done this by now, this event. But I was able to get, I posted on Twitter, I think I got all of the promos in 8 or 9 packs, but I was hearing other people, it was taking 25 packs to get the Lapras. I guess I just got lucky because that was the first one I pulled.
I still haven't gotten the Lapras.
It was the first one I pulled. I guess I just got lucky. Butterfree was the last one I got. So that's strange. I've only been playing against it in expert mode, so I get a guaranteed pack every time. And it's funny because I'm using a fire type deck. Because I have using a modified starter deck that I got when I first started the game that has Moltres and Centiscorch, and Centiscorch does 130 damage for 4 fire energy. So I'm pretty much able to one-hit knock out almost everything by powering up the Centiscorch with Moltres.
Let me just say one thing
Yes.
though.
Mm-hmm.
Screw that damn Golduck.
The
Everybody
one that does
who's been
70?
played against this thing knows exactly what I'm talking about. Screw that Golduck.
I haven't had any issues.
That Golduck in particular.
I've won like 80% of the time with a fire deck, and I don't know what people are using. And then like I've been seeing people complain about Starmie EX, but my Centiscorch knocks out everything with one-hit knockouts. I let them sometimes sacrifice some Pokemon or even Moltres EX to get ahead. But as soon as I have that Centiscorch powered up, I just one-hit knock out everything immediately. So maybe try Centiscorch.
I just built the Blaine's deck today, which is like Magmar and Rapidash and Ninetales, and I've been playing that. I'm gonna start running that up against it and see how it does. Yeah, it's all single prizers, which is nice. It's a little slow. It seems like it has problems finding Pokemon, but we'll see. Yeah, I just did a what do you call it when you turn the points into a card? What is that called? The crafting? I forget what they call it in the game. But I did it for a Sabrina card. See, I don't play games, so like for me, all this terminology is still kind of new. Like I first heard of crafting when Legends Arceus came out. I didn't know what that was. So like this PvP thing, like I had to look up what is PvP. So it's like these terms I'm not used to. So this app is like, I don't play the first. He's laughing. He's putting his head down. And I'm like losing my mind. Yep.
Yeah, like when the last game that I only play Pokemon games, and only the main ones. Well, of course, some side ones, but and I only play like Nintendo games in a social setting like Super Smash Brothers or Mario Kart at a party. So like the last game that I actually played, like sat down and played, was Star Wars The Phantom Menace for the PC in 1999 or 2000, whatever it was. That was
Sir, I would have you know that your computer can handle video games.
Yeah. But I'm just not a gamer, so I'm learning like all these terms. But anyway, so I had to craft a Sabrina because I just could not pull one. So I crafted a Sabrina, and I might do another one. And then I also need one more Moltres EX so that my deck, I think, will be at maximum potential. So yeah, that's... Anyway,
Sabrina's really good.
I'm just having... Yeah, it's basically a... what do you call it?
It's Repel.
Gust of wind.
No, it's Repel. It's not anywhere near as strong as Gust of Wind.
Well, I mean, Gust of Wind didn't let you choose.
Gust of Wind you're picking.
Yeah, it didn't let you choose.
Gust of Wind you're picking.
Right.
Repel is just, they have to switch.
Yeah.
Which is what Sabrina is.
Yeah. But I'm having too much fun with this game, and I guess this game was designed for people like me who have an interest in the card game but just don't have the time or money to build physical decks and go out and play all the time. So I can just do it from the comfort of my home, and I can't believe I doubted this. I just can't believe I had so many doubts about this app because I am just loving it.
Let me just say, I'm glad we were wrong. I'm glad we were wrong. Sure, we'll say for now, but I'm glad we were wrong.
Well, it's not like we were wrong.
It's nice to be pleasantly. It's nice to be pleasantly surprised.
We weren't saying like, "Oh, we're gonna hate this." Like it was just like, "Well, it doesn't seem like my thing." You know, I don't know. I'll try it when it comes out. That's what we were like. We weren't like, we don't just denounce things that we haven't actually tried. But anyway, but yeah, it was definitely surprising how much fun I'm having with it. And then speaking of Pocket events, we also had another one announced last night, a Meowth Wonder Pick event part 2. So for this event, you just keep Wonder Picking, and you'll get more Meowth shop tickets. And it'll let you get a Meowth profile icon, a Meowth coin, a Meowth card sleeves, and a Meowth playmat. And alongside that event, the Twitter account for Pokemon TCG Pocket also announced that the app has now reached over 30 million downloads worldwide. So that is an insane number.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a big thing. So yeah, if you haven't tried it out, definitely give it a try. For me, it's
I know
more
I know
fun
several of my
than
students are playing it because
Yeah.
they're like, "Sir, look, I pulled this card," and I'm like, "That's cool." Now put your phone away. Let's get back to class.
For me, it's like I think it's more fun than the regular card game because it requires, and I guess I did touch on that when I first posted that news story months and months ago where I was, everybody was kind of baffled by why they were making this game, and I interviewed people who had played Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and Marvel Snap or whatever that app is called, and they were saying like, well, the app just makes it very easy to play. It just makes it very accessible. You don't have to go to the store to track down cards. You know, you don't have to drag yourself to events. You know, it's all just on your phone. And it's convenient.
That was supposed to be the idea behind TCG Live.
Yeah, well, but TCG Live, you still need to buy the packs to get the code cards. So it's a little bit,
but you don't really
inconvenient.
Though.
Why?
You don't really.
Oh, you mean you just buy the codes online?
They give you, well, not even that. They just give you tons and tons of stuff. They give you tons of decks. You can earn packs online. You can still do it free to play. Will it take time? Yeah, sure, but you can do it.
You know what's funny is that the thing that kept me from trying out TCG Live was that I knew that there were code cards involved and that I would have to go track down packs and buy them and get the codes and everything. And it just felt like too much effort. And for me personally, just where I am in my life right now, I'm not saying like it is a lot of effort. I'm just saying for me right now, it is a lot of effort. So for me, it was like I didn't even bother trying that app on top of the fact that everybody and their mother has complained about it. So I think when we were last night looking at we were showing people how to download Pocket or where to type it in or whatever on the App Store, Live popped up and it had like a 2-star rating or something. Mm-hmm. And then Pocket has like a 4.9 or something. So that's amazing what happens
when you put some effort into your freaking app. I mean, what?
Yeah, I don't know who at TPCI runs is in charge of Live, but
they should take some freaking notes. How's that?
I don't know if it's necessarily their fault. It might just be the budget they're given. I don't know. I really have no idea.
Oh, I'm sure the budget's at least part of the reason, but at least this gives them ammunition with their management. We say, hey, look, this budget we have, it's not enough. Yeah. We could do this if we had more people, if we had more money, etc.
I almost think that this is actually going to, in my head, I'm thinking if I'm a company, or if I'm Pokemon and I have these two different apps out and Pocket is so much more popular and successful and whatever, I'm not even going to care that much about Live anymore. Like for me, it's like, well, just worry about Pocket, and Live is just meant for like really serious players. And so the budget, I don't know, just for me, it just feels like... So
that's the thing is, that's kind of where Live already is because most of the casuals have stopped caring about it. And a lot of the people that were playing a lot have just said, you know what, I'm going to go back to the store. It's easier. It's more consistent. And then, so what you're left with is people that are desperate to test or need to play or just really love the game and will still play it anyway.
I'm wondering if that was
their
plan.
A little frustrating.
I'm wondering if that was their plan all along. Like they didn't put much resources into it because they knew they were developing Pocket for the casual audience. So I don't know. I'm just speculating. I might be completely wrong. If there's an employee listening,
it's just frustrating because they shed a lot of users in the transition from TCGO to TCG Live.
Yeah, somebody also said that. Somebody also said that last night. They said they lost all their cards or something, or I don't know.
No, the cards transferred, but the users, a lot of the users never came over.
Well, he said something like his transfer got messed up or something. I don't know. I don't know what he was saying.
Support.pokemon.com. That's not what's supposed to happen.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it for now let's get back to the real card game.
The shiny ones. Let's see the shiny ones again.
Let's talk about
erratas. Let's talk about some errata, shall we?
Oh, I say errata. Is it errata?
It might be both.
Sounds erotic. I thought it was errata, like ratata. Eradicate.
Erratum. Let's see.
Anyway, so we have TPC.
Looks like both are acceptable. Errata is more normal.
I've always heard errata, but I might be wrong.
Here, so Merriam-Webster has errata as the default pronunciation, errata, and errata. Errata is the least common of the three.
Oh, I'm thinking maybe errata because of rattata, raticate. Yeah. I don't know. Ratata, maybe. I mean. Like 4Kids used to say ratata, and then like in that episode with AJ and his sandshrew beating everybody, the little kid goes, ratata, when he gets knocked out. And then like later they changed it to Rattata. But anyway, it's like one of the Pokemon that always gets mispronounced. So I was thinking, anyway, blah, blah, blah. So TPCI has issued 2 erratas for Minior from Paradox Rift and Venusaur and Snivy GX way back from 2019 or 18. 2019, sorry, 5 years ago. So both Meteor and Venusaur and Snivy GX say that when you attach energy to them once per turn, they will perform a certain effect. But they should actually read whenever you attach energy to them, meaning their effects can activate multiple times per turn, not just once per turn. So effective immediately, the cards must now be played as if they're printed with the following updated text. For Minior, it's during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, whenever you attach an energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, you may switch it with your active Pokemon. And for Snivy and Venusaur GX, it should be during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, whenever you attach a grass energy card from your hand to it, you may switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. So Minior released last year, so this announcement isn't like that late, but it's just slightly late. And then Venusaur and Snivy GX, of course, released 5 years ago and are only getting this errata because of Meteor. So I saw some people, including professors like Michael Martin, wondering like why they issued this, and they were thinking that maybe there's a card coming out soon that caused them to realize that they haven't been translating this sort of thing correctly over the years. But
maybe
I don't know. But doesn't this make Minior better? I guess, but not.
I mean, kind
really,
of,
but not really.
But it's still once per turn. You're still touching energy, usually once per turn. So this would make more sense with effects like I think it's Quaquaval from Scarlet Violet that attaches an energy from your hand. As an extra attachment, basically, like maybe effects like that, because now it could trigger off of something like that, even if you've already attached return. But the number of times that this is actually going to be relevant with the current card pool, I'm not so sure. And in the formats where Venusaur and Snivy GX is legal, I just don't think it's relevant like at all, even with the errata.
So it's interesting. That's why people were wondering why they issued this. So maybe there's just something in the future that's coming out that caused them to realize they weren't doing it correctly. So they were just getting this out ahead of that for some reason. I don't know. But anyway, it's interesting because we don't get erratas very often. They're very rare. I can't even remember what the last one... Oh, I'm trying to remember. What was the last errata? I can't even remember. It's been quite a while. Maybe something like... Maybe it was like...
the last one I can remember was Cyrus Prism Star.
Yes, something like that. Yeah. It was one of the boss cards.
Well, I mean, other than like the ones where they just update text, because they issued those errata too.
Yeah.
So stuff like the berries and Super Rod. Super Rod's probably the most recent actual errata.
Well, but that's for old versions of those cards, right?
Yeah, but it's still an errata. It still counts.
Yeah, but it's not like this kind of errata. There's a distinction, but where they're like,
either way, it's a text change.
Yeah, where they're saying like, hey, we did this wrong, but maybe it was Cyrus Prism Star. So that was quite a while ago. So yeah, anyway. So it's so interesting. It's like, oh, hey, we've issued this thing that we almost never issue, and it's for these like unimportant cards. It's like, what? So we'll see if there's something in the future. They still needed
to be errata. If they're not good, they're not good. It's all right.
Yeah. All right. Next story of the week is that
The awesome looking Articuno.
yeah, so China got another Pokemon Go card released with brand new artwork exclusive to China. It is Articuno right here, drawn by the wonderful, I can't pronounce his name,
Akira.
Akira Igawa. So he drew this new Articuno here, or this Pokemon Go Articuno with new artwork. We've seen China release these over the last 4 sets. This Articuno will release in China's Victory Star set, releasing on November 15th. The set will feature Unknown V-Star. As we've talked about before, China is releasing compilation sets to catch up with the rest of the world. So their sets cover several of our sets, and sometimes they leave out some cards, as they did here with the Pokemon Go cards, because they never got, what was it called? The stop one?
Pokestop?
Pokestop, yeah. So this will probably
maybe they'll still get it.
This will probably be this will probably be the last Chinese set to feature Pokemon Go cards, because this was the last Sword and Shield set. So China should be moving on to Scarlet and Violet after this set at the beginning of next year. So that'll probably be the end of the Pokemon Go cards, but we'll see. In total, there were 21 Pokemon Go exclusive artworks released in China, as you can see here. We had like the Radiant Eevee, the Radiant Blastoise, Radiant Venusaur, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, the Charizard. So if you are a master species collector, like Justin Basil with Sylveon, and one of those Pokemon falls on your list, you might want to pick these up from eBay.
I can't imagine most of them would be especially expensive. The Chinese cards do tend to be a lot cheaper than most of the others, but even still, the art's really cool, so maybe it'll be pricey.
Yeah, that Articuno is beautiful. It's like a more, I want to say it's almost like Mitsuhiro Arita's artwork in a way, but...
No, Igawa's art's always been really good.
Yeah, I just mean it's like kind of realistic-y, sort of like I'm not an artist, so I don't have the vocabulary for it. But Mitsuhiro Arita's artwork has always been kind of realistic to me, and that's why I like it. And this one seems a little realistic to me too, especially like with those feet. And anyway, all right. So what else did we have this week? We had, all right.
About last night's reveals?
We'll do that at the end, because I think there's just one
fun
or two
part.
more stories. So we've now learned that Walmart is getting the Tyranitar EX Premium Collection and Serena EX Premium Collection for their Black Friday deals on November 29th. They'll cost $19.99 each. I previously revealed these because we had product listings for them months and months ago, but we didn't know how they were going to release, and now we do. They're going to release at Walmart, or Walfart as I like to call it. Each box comes with the reprinted EX card and its pre-evolutions printed on Cosmos holofoil paper, as well as 6 booster packs, 64 pack of card sleeves, and a code card. That's for each of them. So if you want the card sleeves, or if you want the Cosmos holofoil prints of the pre-evolutions, these are, I guess, good boxes for you, but otherwise these are just meh.
It's not a bad price for a bunch of packs. I mean, it's probably something good to give a little kid for Christmas. Mm-hmm. Grab it. If you have a nephew or niece that loves Pokemon, grab one of them and throw it their way for Christmas. Cheap, easy gift that they'll love.
Yeah, and I think these already released in Europe, the Tyranitar and Serena. That's why we knew about them. But we also know that there's some products that have also been announced, but we haven't seen them released yet here, include a Lycanroc EX box, an Aegislash EX box, and a Decidueye EX box. So we might get those.
So that was Archiduke.
What? Oh, you were pronouncing the French the French name for
No, I'm
Decidueye.
quite certain I'm butchering the crap out of that, but
But anyway, so there's a Lycanroc, Aegis Slash, and Decidueye EX boxes that have also been announced online or that have released already in Europe. So these should probably make their way here at some point. They could be Black Friday deals for maybe Target or Best Buy or something.
Well, Target has that Black Friday deal though already, right?
Well, they had
know about the
yeah. So I put in the news story that they had the Meddling Sparks premium collection, but I believe it already released there, at least online. So I don't know. That remains to be seen. So I put Target's Black Friday deal may be the Meddling Sparks premium collection, but we don't know for sure yet. The only one that we know for sure is the Tyranitar and Serena for Wolfart. So, yeah. All right, next story. Oh, we do have one more Pocket story. So there's a Genetic Apex Emblem 1 event now available in Pocket. So you can battle other players, PvP battles against other players under this event, and you will earn emblems as you win games. And you'll also get pack hourglasses and shine dust. So if you win, the maximum you'll get is if you win 45 matches, you'll get a Genetic Apex Gold emblem. And if you play in 10 battles, you'll get 6 pack hourglasses. Oh, I'm sorry, no. If you ultimately play in 10 battles, you'll get 6, 12, 24. Is that right? 6, 12. 35, 18, sorry. You'll get 18 pack hourglasses if you play in 10 battles. There, guys. I actually already wrote it in the story. I don't know why I didn't just scroll up. And then you'll get, by the end of the event, you'll also get 3,850 shine dust. But anyway, this is just an event to encourage people to battle online. That's obviously what this event is for. You can earn these emblems for your profile. And then a couple of pack hourglasses and shine dust. Lots of shine dust. So it's cool that they are doing these. It feels like there's one or two events every week. So that's what's keeping me engaged with the app. I like opening it to, because it feels like you kind of run out of things to do. So I like that they're...
It's almost like mobile app developers know how to develop mobile apps.
Well...
Or something.
Oh, you're saying the DNA?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my first experience with a mobile app. So for me, it's like, they keep pulling me in for things to do, and I like that. That's
the point.
Yeah, I was like pretty much done after that first Meowth Part 1 event. I was pretty much done with it, and then they released the Lapras event right after, and then I'm playing that. Then I got all the promos, and then almost the next day they're like, oh, here's Part 2 of the Meowth event. So I guess they monitor how their players are progressing and then release events to keep people engaged. So it's nice. All right, and then our last story is that we got more cards revealed from the EX Starter Deck Generations. They're releasing in November in Japan, and the decks will be getting 9 different Black Belt supporter cards, just like they're getting 9 different supporter professor cards. So you can see here, each of the Black Belts is from each generation in the pose of the sprite from that generation. So if you played red and blue and you've battled a black belt, you might this pose here you might remember the black belt making this pose. Same for Gen 2 here, Gen 3, etc., etc. When I first saw somebody in my
Discord was pointing out these are all specific black belts in their games. They're not just posed; they're actually from the games in their locations from the game.
Oh, yeah. Yes, they're in their locations. Like, I think the first one's in the Fuchsia Gym, maybe? Is that where it is? Yeah, I think it's the Fuchsia Gym.
It's not the dojo?
Oh, no. Oh, you're right. It's where you get the Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee next to Sabrina's gym.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
maybe
that's... dojo in Saffron?
Yeah. But anyway, when I first saw this card, I was like, I recognize that posture, and then I went back and I looked at the sprites from that game, from Red and Blue, and I was like, oh, it's the same sprite the black belt had. And then I realized all of them are doing the same poses that the black belts did. But anyway, so all of these black belts have different artworks per generational deck, but they all have the same effect. So I'll let Justin Basil read it and tell us about it.
During this turn, attacks used by your Pokemon do 40 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon EX before applying weakness and resistance. And that before applying weakness and resistance, of course, is italicized. It's not bad. It could definitely see situational usage. We've seen cards like Kieran that have that situational or optional plus 30 effect. So something like this could be relevant in the future. The meta will determine whether or not it actually sees play.
Kind of felt random to me to include the black belt character. I'm wondering if they're going to include other characters too that are cross-generational. Because these decks usually come with what, like, oh, maybe it is only like 2 supporters. Maybe they'll come with a couple more different characters. I don't know. Maybe
they could do like a rival card, generic draw 3.
Yeah,
and they could do one for each generation. That would be cool.
Because I feel like that would justify why. Because like black belt just feels so random. So I'm wondering if they're going to have other characters too. Like the professors made sense to me.
I haven't like sat down and like looked at the slotting for
the decks,
the sets to figure out where they would go. Yeah,
same. And then we also got better. We saw these promos before, but we got better quality images of the Meowth, Galarian Wooper, Paldean Wooper, Suicune, and Duraludon that'll be coming in the EX Starter Deck Generation Special Battle Set, which will be releasing on the same day as the regular decks. So you can see the Meowth artwork here. Meowth looks like he's hanging out in a tree. And Suicune, and all of these are reprints, and in Duraludon's case, it's a direct reprint. But they all, the Meowth and the Paldean Wooper have new artwork. The Duraludon doesn't, and the Suicune is completely brand new. So it's got. Oh, sorry. Do you want to say what it has?
Sure. So Suicune has 120 HP. It is a water Pokemon. It's basic. It has a tech called Overrun. For 2 colors energy, you're doing 30 damage to their active Pokemon. And then it says this attack also does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Don't apply weakness and resistance for benched Pokemon. And then for water colorless, Aurora Beam does 100 damage. I think this is one of those cards that probably won't see play.
Yeah.
But maybe some very niche deck or some very, very specific purpose is available that this card could serve. But I don't genuinely see it seeing play. It's one of those cards that's going to be a great hollow for the set, and that will be what it is.
Yeah, I hope they release this as Cosmos Holofoil, because I like the artwork on this. Looks so sparkly. Okay, so these cards we're expecting these in Prismatic Evolutions, right? Are they going to release all of these?
Yeah. I'm wondering because it's like with weird. The professors, it's like, oh, cool, I got a different professor. Yeah. But with these, it's like,
yeah, it's a little weird.
I don't know.
So we'll see. Like I said, it'll make sense if they do more characters. I think it'll be justified. But if it's just like a black belt character, I'm just like, what? It's so random. But if they do like a couple of different characters, then it'll make more sense. Like it'd be cool if they did like maybe 6 different characters or something. But we haven't really sat down to look at the deck list yet. So we'll see. That's to be determined. Yeah. And then Surging Sparks came out today, so you'll want to head to your store to pick it up. You'll get you can see all the English cards here or on Justin Basil's website, and
it's a fun set.
The products are here. And then, as we talked about before, they're having the store promotions right now. You can go to GameStop to get the Pokemon Horizons Sprigatito or Terapagos promo. Best Buy will give away Fuecoco and Terapagos. The Pokemon Center will give away Quaxley and Terapagos. You'll get 1 card each for spending $15 or more on purchases from the set. They're all from the set except for Sprigatito, as we talked about last week. They all have the Pokemon Horizons stamp to promote the anime as well as the set, so it's like a cross-promotional thing. And we also had today the Paldean, that Paldean Adventures box thing is also coming out. The one that has the Liko and Roy, the Liko's Sprigatito and Roy's Fuecoco, and the Terapagos and Friends jumbo card. That's also coming out today. as a side note. But yeah, be sure to head to your stores to get these store promotion cards. And then, yeah, and then check out the PokeBeach article that I wrote or Justin Basil's website for more information on the set. But this is, I think, going to be a pretty big set. Seems like Pokemon's really pushing the advertising for this one. So...
this is a We Need Holiday Sales set.
We need what?
Holiday sales.
Yeah. Well, they're promoting it more than they've usually done because they also announced. I didn't post the story for this because I didn't really think it was that important. But they announced that they're going to do like a live stream opening of this set with some influencers, and they're trying to break a Guinness World Record or something for the longest pack opening video or something. I don't know. I don't care for social media, so I was like, whatever. But it seems like and then they had the Surging Sparks maze at the New York Comic-Con, not at the Comic-Con, but outside of it. So it feels like they're really pushing this set. So this is the beginning. I keep saying it. I think this set or the Eeveelution set are kind of the beginning of an exciting year to come. We're going to get the Eeveelutions. We're going to get the owner's Pokemon. This set people are really excited about too because it has a bunch of playable cards in it. And it's, headlined by Pikachu. So yeah. All right. I think that's it for the week. I covered everything.
Yes.
So
it's a surprisingly large amount of news for what felt like a rather light week still.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I wrote a bunch of stories this week. It felt like this was a long week for some reason. Oh, it was a long week because of the election. That's why it felt like a long week.
That's what it is.
It was the election. That's why. And then I'm trying to look at what do we have coming up this week?
I think we're just going to get more reveals from Terrassel Festival mostly. I don't think there's going to be much else, frankly.
What about the decks?
I mean, they just dropped a few cards on us. I don't know. They could. Let me see here.
Those are releasing...
no. Next week. No, next week. Next Thursday will be the full reveal of Terrassel Festival.
Oh, okay.
Or not Terrassel Festival.
The decks. The decks.
Not Terrassel Festival. I
knew what you meant.
We have almost 3 weeks left still for
Terrassel Festival.
Terrassel Festival's full reveal. But no, the full reveal of the starter decks generations will be next week. It'll be next Thursday.
And then I'm expecting...
So I will prepare to get no sleep.
Yeah, same. And I'm expecting that in December, early December, I think we should be getting... I have to look at my calendar and check things, so I'm not going to say for sure yet. But we're definitely going to get the reveal of Battle... What is it called? Not Battle Styles. What am I saying?
Are you talking about Battle Partners?
Yeah, Battle Partners. Sorry.
Yeah.
What is Battle Styles?
Battle Styles was an English set like 2-3 years ago.
Oh, that's right. I have all these terms in my head. Just like I said last week, it's so hard to keep... I have to sit down and think sometimes because it's just so hard when you've been covering the card game every day for what I've been doing it like 22 years now. It's just so hard to remember everything because it's just a constant constant bombardment of new products and sets and everything. Mm-hmm. So it's like I can look back and like look at my stories I wrote and I was like, oh yeah, I remember writing that. But to get me to like just on my feet remember things is very hard. Like I would have to really think and sit down. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to get the reveal of the starter decks next week. So we'll see if there's any other new characters they reveal to go along with that black belt, that random black belt. And then we're going to get Terrassel Festival. And then of course, after that, we're going to get, and then we're going to see the Terrassel Festival Special Illustration Rares, which will be really exciting. And then we'll start to get into, Battle Partners and the Team Rocket set, and it's going to be a really good year. And we have Pocket out. It's going to be great for the card game overall. If you're a card game fan, as you are, I'm imagining if you're listening to this, It's going to be
I mean, if you're listening to this, I really hope you're a card game fan.
I hope you're a card game fan.
Even if you don't play. Like,
it's going to be a very exciting year. It's going to be very exciting 2025. So
yeah.
I am very looking forward to this year. All right. I think that's it for the week. Everybody hang in there. You know,
we're going to survive, guys. We're going to survive.
Anyway, so everybody have a good week, and we will see you all next week for the reveal of the EX Starter Deck Generations decks and anything else that comes our way. So, yeah, we'll see. And
we're gonna we're gonna leave Machamp in the comments.
Why Machamp?
Machamp.
Why Machamp?
Because he's everybody's favorite black belt.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right. Okay, we will see you all next week. We hope you all have a good week. Hang in there, and we'll be back next week to talk more Pokemon. All right, we'll see you guys. Bye. Oh, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, all right. Now, bye.